Drank tons of coffee before this video, so should be nice and shaky. So this week we're going to tie this fly here, which is my B8 pattern. It's a bait fish pattern. It can be tied a bunch of different colors. It's got a little bit of a keel weight, as you can see right there underneath. I like this fly a lot for bass, pike, all kinds of stuff. I'm working on a bigger pattern, same pattern but just bigger to upsize for more muskie and pike. But this one I've fished for a lot of years for bass, pike, caught trout on it as well. Yeah, just a nice flat jerk style head in the front, and it's nice and light, all synthetic pretty much, besides maybe a little bit of wool in the dubbing. So it's super light to cast, super easy to cast. Good solid Ahrex hook. Yeah, this one is done. It's gonna be a few part thing. We're gonna film what I do to keel the hook. I just use some weight, some 025 lead on the hook, and I'm gonna show you guys that right now. I'm not gonna attach this thread just yet. I'm gonna come in with a piece of lead. This is 025 lead, and it's cut to 2 inches long. So we're just gonna come in and wrap this around our shank. Doesn't have to look very pretty. Okay, just in the interest of shortening up this video, I'm gonna just simplify this the keeling. I saw this video is about to be 20 minutes long, so we're gonna change that. So this is our hook. This is our TP 610 Trout Predator 610 Ahrex in number 1. It's in the vise here. So we're just gonna take this. You're gonna take this lead, 0.025 lead. You're going to wrap it around in this area right here, so it looks like this, and then coat with nail polish, and then that's done. Set those to the side, and when that is all done, then you go to the next step, which will start now. We're gonna come back in with our Veevus 140 black. Actually attach it maybe. Okay. Just gonna get our thread about just behind the point of the barb, or the point of the hook there. So we're gonna come in with our first stack of this is SF. I cut this SF blend. This is the regular black SF cut in half, and then I add some of my the ripple ice, depending on the color combo I'm doing. For this one, we're gonna use the Peacock. So it's just 8 to 10 strands of that, maybe a little less. Some of the stacks mixed in with our half length SF. So this is our stack, and we're just gonna taper this just a little bit on the cut end, just so it's not super uniform. This first one I like to tie in about 60-40 back, just so it gives us a little bit of a tail. So that's 3 wraps. Pull everything up. Make sure your vise doesn't move. Pull it all up. And then straight back, tight down, 2 wraps over it, and then we're going to come up in front with our thread. Move to just about past the point of the hook there, and then we're going to put in our belly stack. Flip this over, move you guys a little bit here. But we're going to come in with the same. This is the other half with the same stack. A little bit of taper. We're going to tie this bottoms in a little bit different. We're going to tie it exactly at the midpoint. It's 50-50, and I'm going to tie half on my side. Like this, with 1, 2, maybe 3 wraps. And then I'm going to pull this end on the other side of the hook towards you guys, and tighten that down with a few wraps. So what that does is gives you like a V there. put it back in the vise. So now we're ready to move our thread forward. Put in our top stack here. I don't have this cut yet, but so with these stacks of SF, I like to go with a little bit more in the back, and then these front stacks I like to do a little bit thinner. I'm going to show you guys about how much. A little bit more. There you go. So half of this is going to be the head, and half of it's going to be the top and the bottom. Cut it in half. The thicker portion I'm going to use for the head. Thinner portion I'm going to use for the tail. Grab my my ripple ice. Okay. Now my head stack. Pull it all together. A little bit of a taper. Lost a bunch of my ripple ice. Grab some of that. Spin our thread. Three wraps. Pull it up. Pull it back. Wrap on top. Then thread in front. Invert the hook. And do our V stack for the bottom, for the belly. Just tapering it. Finding our half point, halfway. On like a 45 towards me. 3 wraps. Pull back. 2 wraps over. This one's a little thick. We're going to trim some of it later on. Okay. And this is where we're going to put in our accent color of ripple ice. For this one, this pattern, I just use the same color. I use this Peacock. A few strands, 4 or 5 strands on each side of the hook. That's 1 and 4. Now on your side. Okay. Now we are ready for our dubbing head. For this one I'm using Flyfish Foods Bruiser blend. Some of them I'll use laser, just depending on the color that I'm trying to do. So this is Flyfish Foods Bruiser blend in copper and black, and it's just pulled out, stacked real good, hand stacked, and then it's into 4 groups. 4 little sections. We're gonna tie in 1 stack top, 1 stack bottom, 1 stack top, 1 stack bottom, and then that's gonna be our head. So I'm just gonna start doing this while I talk, I guess. Each one of them is going to be about 60-40, the ratio of the forward and backwards. So we're going to be like 60 towards the front. And we're just going to tie the tips in. Okay. Now with each one of these, I like to just go back to the top before I tighten everything down and make sure it's top and bottom. We want them stacked top and bottom. So then we can pull this back, pull this back, pull it all tight, and then advance our thread forward. And we want to leave this thread right up here by the eye of the hook. When we do this last stack, and we want to make sure when we're doing this head stack, we want to end our thread all the way up towards the front on each one, just because then it'll make the head look nicer. So same thing, 60-40, 3 wraps, invert, 60-40, three wraps, and then we're gonna go. We're gonna invert this and just clean up here. We want to make sure once again that we're all the way towards that hook eye for this head. Pull our top back, pull our thread through, pull the bottom back, and then I just like to do 1, 2 or 3 thread wraps in front, and then we're going to finish with our thread. Pull all tight and clip it off. And it looks like a mess. It's okay. We're gonna come through with a comb. Just comb these. The dubbing and everything back. Okay. We're going to attach our eyes now. Right here. These are Flymen living eyes. These are, I want to say 10mm, maybe 8.5mm. I'll have to go check. Whatever I end up putting in the notes down below will be the exact size. And also, if people are looking for materials to tie these flies, links are below in all my videos to tie the exact materials that we're using for each pattern, and eventually there'll be a lot more there too. Like all the videos to tie every fly and kits and all that stuff too. It's just I'm working on it. So for this one, these eyes, we're going to use Tear Mender. This is it's a good product. It holds together these heads awesome. I've never found anything that'll hold the heads together better. The only problem with this material is that on whites and light colors, it sometimes will yellow. Even if you put UV over top of it, it'll still yellow underneath. So it's the most durable material, but it's not always the prettiest. And I'm just gonna try and lightly put a little bit of a drop here on my side. You guys will be able to see better when I do yours. Hang on. And then this other side, I'm just going to put a dab there. We'll stick this eye right in it. This material is like it's like a liquid rubber. Once it gets in the dubbing in that head, it doesn't come out. It just it just makes the dubbing very, very solid. Solid head in between these eyes. I'm just pushing these up against my hook shank now, holding them in place. This Tear Mender, it'll dry over time. So as you keep pushing in on these, it'll stay more and more in the place that you're looking for it to. Okay, so once the eyes are set like that, then I'll once again pop this out of the vise, put it to the side, and then I'll do my UV step, which is I do that very last. So I'm going to get a group of these together, and then I would do the UV last. All it is putting it in the vise and a little UV top and bottom, and they're done. So I will pop this one out, and we will do that right now. So now we got that one in. For these, I'm going to use my Solarez thin, just so it gets into that dubbing a little bit. Just seals everything up nice, keeps our eyes on. So I'm just going to pull this dubbing back And put our UV in. So just fill in the gap in between the eyes. Just like work it in there a little bit before I hit it with my torch. Okay, got it where I like it. Just gonna hit this. I'm just gonna do the same thing on the bottom. I'll speed this up for you guys so you don't have to watch it all. Just gonna do one on the top just to set it, one on the bottom to set it, and then we're gonna go through and just do the finish coat over top, and then we are going to be done. Yep, and then for this final coat, I like to just smooth out the top and bottom with our resin a little bit, and just make sure you wrap it a little bit over those eyes. And as long as it's around the eyes just a little bit there, let's see, they seem to hold in a lot better that way. Just gonna spin this a little bit so we get nice even coverage, and then we're gonna hit it with our torch. Got a little bit of a hanger, it's okay, we'll trim that up. Okay, so once again, that is our completed B8 baitfish pattern, Queen City guiding. It's we love this pattern for any baitfish. It's especially a taller profile baitfish. This one works really well because it's a tall, flat profile, and it moves pretty good with the very minimal weighting that it has in it. So yes, once again, this all the materials are available through our shop, online shop, as well as in the store here. We put out videos every Monday, and hopefully we're going to start putting out Monday or additional videos as well on the water videos, and more tying and instructional videos too. If anyone has any suggestions for videos, please feel free to comment below, and use the links in the description to find materials and just to get to our website. Yeah, once again, thank you for watching, and I appreciate your subscription. Have a good one. Okay, so to attach these eyes, we're just gonna put, oh